Hello everybody and welcome back to skidsteers.com. I'm Isaac and today we're going to be bringing you the ram splitter log splitter. This is going to be our 6-way log splitter. This is an upside down log splitter, so it's going to be very convenient and effective when moving around on your land or on a job site and getting those logs split very effectively and efficiently. We do offer this in two different options. We've got it in a 30-ton 25-inch log length capacity or a 34-ton 30-inch log length capacity. Again, this is a very convenient splitter compared to your traditional or conventional log splitters where you're going to be lifting those logs up, putting it onto the beam and pulling that lever to split the log, or rolling the logs over onto those cradles, bringing it up on top, and again pulling the lever to split that log. With this log splitter, you're going to be able to very conveniently sit in the cab of your skid steer and you'll be able to ride right up to the pile of logs that you're looking to get split. Grab hold of that log with that push plate and that wedge here at the end of your beam. You'll be able to swing the machine over to your split pile, whether that just be a pile of logs split on the ground or in the bed of a truck or in a trailer. You'll be able to split that log right over top of that, swing it back over, and grab onto that next log and keep on going. On the 30-ton 25-inch log length capacity, you are going to have a 5-inch cylinder with a 2-inch tail rod. And this is going to give you 60,000 pounds of ram pressure. The overall length of that 30-ton 25-inch is going to be 76 inches from the mount to the end of your beam, as well as it's going to be 522 pounds of overall weight. And then when looking at the 34-ton 30-inch log length capacity option, you're going to have a 5-inch cylinder with a 2-inch tail rod, so that is going to be the same, but you are going to get 68,000 pounds of ram pressure because of that longer length. And that overall length on the 34-ton 30-inch is going to be 84 inches from the mount to the end of the beam, and that overall weight is 627 pounds. When looking at the wedge here on the 6-way splitter, this is going to be a 12-inch wedge, so if you were to measure from the bottom to the top here, you'll get 12 inches as well as from side to side on these blades off that middle piece of the wedge. With this log splitter, you are going to have a minimum requirement of peak cycle time at 13 gallons per minute. So if you do have machines that are 13, 14, 15 or above, of course you'll be able to run the splitter just fine. And that peak cycle time is about 12 seconds from getting this push plate to the end here of the beam to meet with that wedge and all the way retracted back. If you do have a skid steer that has, let's say, 11 gallons per minute or 10 gallons per minute, you're still going to be able to run the splitter just fine. The only difference that you're going to see is that cycle time will be a little bit longer. So again, that 13 gallon per minute minimum is for peak cycle time of 12 seconds, whereas if you're at 11 gallons per minute, you might see 14 seconds of cycle time, which really isn't that big of a difference, but it's just going to be a little bit longer. This is a very high quality log splitter. It is a USA made product, made right there in Illinois. It's manufactured with high quality metal, as well as you're going to have your 2 shims here with the plastic replaceable wear strip in between, with 5 heavy duty bolts and nuts to lock that push plate onto the beam here. Those replaceable wear strips are very nice to have on your log splitter because it's going to just give a smoother ride for this push plate on the beam, which is going to preserve the life of the splitter and of course cause less damage or wear on these shims here. Because that way you don't have metal riding on metal. You've got that nice piece in between, again, for a smoother ride, less damage, etc. You also will find on the back here, up against the mount, we have these 4 pieces of metal coming together on the beam. This is just going to be for more structural reinforcement on the beam. So when you've got those larger logs on your 6-way splitter, you don't have to worry about any damage on this beam itself. We are seeing logs up to about, I'd say, 36 inches wide in width if you were to measure across the log being put through the splitter. We've had customers who have put some even larger logs through the splitter. There really is no log capacity and size. It really does boil down to the wood type. So of course there's going to be your harder woods like oak, or you're going to have softer woods or wood that's more knotty or have stringier kind of grain to it. So it's going to have, of course, a little bit harder time if you've got something that's very, very large that is, harder or stringier or whatever it may be. So that's something to keep in mind when putting those larger logs through the log splitter. Another thing to mention is when you are putting something that large through this log splitter, you may have to grab hold of it a second time and put the rest of it through, because of course with the 12-inch wedge, you're going to put a 36-inch wide log in there. You're going to have a little under half of it being hit by all those blades on the wedge. So once that top half has split, you'll grab hold of the bottom half, put it right through the splitter, no problem, and you'll be on to that next log. Of course, if you have like a 12-inch or an 8-inch or an 18 or 24, the log splitter is going to have no issues putting that through the wedge, without a doubt, no problem at all. You also are going to receive your 2 hydraulic hoses, your couplers, your heavy-duty mounting plate, and of course your log splitter. All of this is included, so once you do receive this log splitter, you'll be able to take it off the bed of the truck and it'll just be plug and play. We are offering a 1-year warranty against any manufacturer defects on this log splitter, as well as we have that free shipping. So if you do have any questions or wanted to go over any of this information, feel free to give us a call here. Our number is 866-315-3134, or you can click the link in the description below to pull up the web page for these log splitters and see any additional specs, features, photos, videos you may be looking for. Thank you all very much for watching. We do appreciate it, and you all have a great rest of your day.